said the same thing I told ya. My eyes are clear, there's no secret. I wanna know, was it serious? I need it clear. Now my best friend isn't easy to
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 413 Casting OCS. I am very excited about this match. I'm Jumpenny, joined by my co-caster and co-host here, Hawkshaw. How you doing, Mike? Are you excited?
Yes, sir. I am. How are you?
I'm ridiculously excited. There's a lot of players to look out for in this matchup, and I really don't know what to expect. Coming out here on Lijiang, there's a lot of comps we could see from both teams. Obviously, on this part of Lijiang, Control Center, I expect to see some brawl. I expect that maybe if we're lucky, and we've all been good boys and girls, we'll be graced with some Reinhardt gameplay. But you know that I don't want to get our hopes up too much. You know.
Yeah, Lijiang Control Center. Ryan definitely a very common pick in Lijiang Control Center. Looks like at least Hellfire is going to be running that. The Junkrat mirror comp with the two Lucios as well. Looks like Hailstorm as well is going to roll out on this Ryan. Winsy on this Diva as well. We'll see how this goes. There are some diversities in these two compositions, and Hailstorm just absolutely beats Hellfire the mid.
Yeah, that's going to give them white room first, and that's going to be big for these Reinhardts. It's going to force Mac to play back a little bit, and the shields are low, but both Reinhardts don't have one. Now Artemis goes down early. He's going to catch himself taking the brunt of the damage from these DPS who are absolutely brawled out to the max. That's a Junkrat Reaper. You're going to get burst down hard, and your shield's not going to live for that long. And with that Reinhardt down, they're going to have to back off the point. That's going to be an interesting first point. By the way, just to introduce the teams, the action started so early. This is OCS Hailstorm and 413 Hellfire going at it today. Very exciting matchup. And Amenrar there gets a pick onto the enemy Junkrat as Winsy is out of mech right now, so that's going to play into this now. Reaper going down, Zarya is too much for him. Moira is coalescing on the points, that's Vile Chris. Popping to the enemy team, and the immortality is not enough to save Octave. And here we go, Hawkshaw, we're rolling into this. This is even. So far, we're almost tied up.
Oh, definitely. This is going to be one hell of a matchup, as we can see here. Hailstorm and 4-3 Hellfire, two teams who have been absolutely dominant throughout the OCS. And we saw it right there, back and forth fights. And both teams here coming up on ultimates as well. Mac having this Earth Shatter as well as the window from Isak. We'll see what...
This shatter from Mac is something that's going to be big, hopefully. It doesn't get much as the tire from Amenrar goes down as well. Artemis finds a shatter that's huge through his own Symmetra shield. Doesn't block it, guys. You got to get that shield up. Now they're going down for it. This 4-3 Hellfire is going to take this point back. Or sorry, no, my bad. That's OCS. That's Hailstorm holding on to this point. Off a very impressive shatter from Artemis. Mac got clapped there, but you know, when you're playing into these comps, that shield's going to be low all the time. So it's not always as easy as just pressing right click.
Definitely. The Symmetra wall also throwing them off, I could see there. Symmetra wall tends to do that. We do see both the portals on the side of Hellfire online here. We'll see if they can make use out of them here as Mac pushes up aggressively. Winsy eats the grab from Santamon. And they invest the window. Lucy gets the kill onto Artemis. Mac gets the kill onto Shiro, the Junkrat. And this looks to be Hellfire's fight to win here as Vilecris is just trying to stall it out. Zai goes down to Mac as well. And Vilecris wins that support duel. Songry kills Lucy, but it doesn't look to be enough.
Hellfire there committed two ultimates where, you know, where Hailstorm didn't really have to. They are low on grab. I think they did commit that fight, but now we have fire in the hole. That's going to be a tire coming on the side of Hailstorm now. And the coalescence is coming through. Winsy throws his bomb into control, but Shiro finds two with his bomb beforehand. And now this point's going to likely flip if Lucy doesn't do something soon. He has one pick, his ultimate's popping, but it doesn't do enough. Does break the Zarya bubble. Immor is down. So now this point could be anyone's. Now with Reinhardt Artemis swinging on the shield, Lucy's going to try to protect him, and Octave wants to get in there and displace him, but he goes down in the process, just a little bit too aggressive. But now Amenrar has the tire on board, doesn't get anything. Nice play from Artemis, but Mac does block that shatter, it seems, as Lucy finds another pick here. Mac gets launched him into the air by the other Reinhardt, but it doesn't matter. That's Amenrar in the back line, finding two picks, gets the enemy Junkrat, and now with that, finally, after a long back and forth fight, Hellfire is going to take the point. They're trying to bring this one back.
Oh, definitely. Clutch, coming in clutch, Hellfire there. last fight territory though. That was last fight territory with Hailstorm at 95%. Hellfire needs to bring this one back all the way. You have 2, maybe 3 fights, assuming one goes very one-sided. We see that Symmetra Wall and the Coalescence invested from Hailstorm. They also have this beat online. The Ace invests that Immortality through, but it goes down immediately as Zai gets the kill onto Max. That's not looking good for Hellfire right now. The grab comes in and it gets 2. Octave with the beat though. I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Reverse beats coming back and forth as Zai gets yet another pick the tire coming through from Shiro on the side of Hailstorm. They're going to get this point back, and this is scary time for Hellfire. I don't think that Shatter, while valiant, is going to come late. That was a close point, but at the end of the day, it goes to Hailstorm, who played a very impressive brawl to take that point.
Definitely. It was going to be a very interesting brawl matchup. These two teams do play a good brawl, and that one just went the side of Hailstorm. This is going to be one hell of a game.
I'm sure you as well, Hawkshaw, have seen Winsy playing a lot of this D.Va for Hellfire. And,
Definitely.
you know, I like D.Va. I like it in a lot of places. I think in that particular case, I think the Zarya made a lot of difference for Hailstorm. And while it may not have been the deciding factor, it's definitely something to look out for going into what could be another brawl map, depending on how you look at it. But right now, we actually have a very unique comp I've never really seen run on this map with an Orisa. You obviously expect the Sim teleporter from Hailstorm, but this is a unique comp, Hawkshaw.
Yeah, looks like with the Ryan and the Orisa, they're looking to just bunker down on the point. They teleport immediately. Hellfire going to the left side here. They better be careful.
Yeah, they're gonna get locked into that choke and have to use their Immord, but Lucio gets caught out. With the Immord down, Max snipes him in the back line. Fire Strike is absolutely lethal, but Mac gets too aggressive and dies afterwards. That's Zai, who's now actually swapped off the Symmetra onto the McCree, despite them still running the Symmetra. Still getting plenty of picks here. They gotta watch out for this guy. He's popping off.
Definitely a dominant hit scam player. Definitely one to look out for. Hellfire will definitely need to take that into consideration throughout this game. And now it's going to be hard going back into this point. You have the Symmetra to deal with those turrets on the wall. Very annoying to deal with, as well as these 2 shields that Hailstorm is bunkering in.
And Zai is low here early, but he's going to get healed up. Playing well behind his Reinhardt. He's dinking people from the back lines, but that's actually Shiro on the Symmetra finding Isak, who goes down to that beam. Very unfortunate. At least it seemed to be a beam to me. But that's Zai actually going down to Luzi. That Hanzo is so dangerous when you can't even see him in front of your Reinhardt, who just maybe makes a pixel of a step, and now you're in that head range. Unfortunately, Luzi finds him there, but Hailstorm is still holding this point well. They're on their way to 50% as the ults are building for Hellfire. They take advantage of that pick they have. And here come the ultimates. A Shatter gets blocked, doesn't do a whole lot, but another one comes through, does find 2. And now we're going to see a follow-up tire on top of it that finds 3. Amin-Ra clutching it out, and that's right what Hellfire needed just at the right time with 56% in Hailstorm's favor.
Yeah, that was going to be an interesting one. Mac going in with that Shatter. I was a bit worried with Winsy being Z-Mech there throughout that fight. But Mac landing that Shatter and Amin-Ra with the follow-up with that Riptire was good enough. I also think this Hanzo pick is going to be good for 4-3 Hellfire. A lot more shield break alongside this Junkrat as well. And we have this beat and the Dragon Strike on the side of 4-3 Hellfire as well.
And now with the Bongo coming through, ultimates are trading for both teams, but not much results. The Orisa Bongo does still stay, however. Just a strong ultimate, always doing something passively in the background. It's still up now as the beat comes through from Soundbreed. Is that going to be enough? Artemis pushes aggressively, takes Mac down. Going to find a mirror in his face, but he backs out as a mirror of his own comes through, losing Amin-Ra. Finding picks, however, for Hellfire. That's going to be big as Shiro tries to trade something out, but doesn't go well. Now Hellfire does look like they could take advantageous percentage on this point, but ultimates are kind of back and forth. Either team, although maybe Hellfire is slightly ahead on ultimate here.
Yeah, that being said, we have Winsy with the Siva Bomb and the Riptire as well from Amin-Ra. We do have this Sim Wall from Shiro. That could possibly negate these ultimates on the side of 4-3 Hellfire. Both Ryans coming up on their Shatters. Shiro gets picked early though by Luzi. Takes his head straight off, and it looks like Hailstorm is just going to back up, send him on switching onto this Zarya as well. I think that might be what Hailstorm needs going into this. You know, not really much use with the Orisa as you're not bunkering in, on the point anymore. And 4-3 Hellfire, 85% to this point. They have still 4 ultimates. The Shiro goes in with a Sim Wall. The Earth Shatter comes in from Artemis, but doesn't find anything. Mac comes in with the Shatter as well, not finding anything. He goes down to Santamon. Immortality Field coming out from Isak, but it's not gonna get, but it gets killed instantly. And the fire from Amun-Ra just goes down. Hailstorm is gonna look to take back this point with Hellfire at 99%. That was,
yeah, you know, ults invested on the side of Hellfire, but they actually lose that point, and now they're gonna find themselves down in ultimate, which, you know, could be recoverable. I mean, Reinhold is practically built every other fight, but
yeah,
you know, Artemis could have his earlier in this fight than Mac for sure. While Isak is sitting on that mirror that could be very important. There is a mirror for the enemy team ready, so it might not be enough. Now coming into the point is Hellfire, looking to set up this brawl. Spam coming through from both teams. The mirror comes through early, as Mac actually finds a pick. The enemy mirror doesn't amplify damage, but his own does. Isak did throw his mirror down, and with that Hellfire, a very impressive. You'll notice, I'm sure they practiced that Fire Strike combo with the Bat mirror. Somewhat fitting to the team name. Finds a pick there and just opens things up for Hellfire to take this point.
Definitely. Window Fire Strike, devastating combo. It comes in clutch for 4 and 3 Hellfire here as stall picks are just coming in, but it's looking to not be enough as Shiro's the last person to come in, and not enough. 4 and 3 Hellfire takes Lijiang Night Market, and we're going to a round 3 on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Sitting at 1-1 right now, really either team looks pretty strong right now. Even with it being 1-1, both points looked incredibly even.
Definitely.
So that adds a lot. Now we're going into a round 3 on a map that kind of changes things up. This is the map where maybe your brawl isn't as good. Maybe it is, though. Maybe you still play it, as so far Hellfire seems to be committing to.
Definitely. You know, we do see Ball. Ball has been played a lot more recently with the last couple metas. At first it was with the Sigma, but now that he's kind of falling out of the face of the meta with the shield nerf, we see Zarya or D.Va taking his place. That's the side of Hailstorm playing this Ball Zarya composition with the Brig Zen. Definitely a change of pace from what they played on the first 2 maps. Artemis almost gets the boop kill on the Mac, not enough. Zai kills off Octave though. Amun-Ra Wild Fist though.
Octave was coming around the flank there looking for an early boop, and his pathing sort of caught him into the enemy McCree. Unfortunate now. We're going to see Pick start trading through slowly. Hailstorm gains the advantage as that Brig starts to show up in the kill feed. Now Zai, not to be forgotten about, always popping off. But I think that Brig Zen comp is pretty big here on the side of Hailstorm. They're running it well and gets them a lot of value right now.
Definitely. The Brig Zen combo is just incredible right now. Zen is practically a must pick, especially with this Ball Zarya composition. Brig bodyguarding the Zen as well, you know. It's kind of like an unstoppable duo.
Tracer gameplay has always been so calming to me. I feel like I could put it with like lo-fi music and fall asleep to it every night. Shiro right now is a perfect example of that. Playing in just such a rhythmic way, it's beautiful to watch. Right now, his team is down though. That's going to be Amun-Ra finding Soundgreed Torb, who's maybe a slightly less rhythmic character, maybe a bit more brute force, just gets there. Finds a pick now as the teams are brawling on the point. Mac finds himself low, and Lindsay's out of his mech maybe. Just barely holds on, not enough though. Luzi finds the high noon onto Violacris, who does go down now. That's Ball. Artemis slamming onto the point. The grab comes through, but doesn't find anything. Hellfire now backing away from that grab. It does zone them off a little bit of the point as Amun-Ra finds a pick on his eye here. That's going to be huge. But the ultimates are kind of coming through on the side of Hailstorm, and Hellfire still hasn't capped this point. 55% to Hailstorm right now. As Lindsay does find Artemis, Octave finding him to the pick. The Zen ult does come through, but it's actually used too late here. While they did have the ult advantage at one point, now they've sort of thrown it away by using that Zen ult and not getting much out of it.
Yeah. Hailstorm getting 60% to this point. That Ball being a very annoying stall hero. It is hard to hold space though with this Ball Zarya composition. Hellfire just had like greater point presence, just able to slowly wind down Hailstorm's tanks there. Hailstorm with almost 6 ultimates here as Sangri rallies in. The window coming out though, and the high noon. Not gonna find anything though.
And now Soundgri finds a pick. That's Zai popping off early, gets revenge on Amun-Ra. He says, hey, you killed my DPS last round, I'm taking you out now. Artemis gets his mines onto the enemy team, takes out plenty of deployables, if you count D.Va's mech as one of those, and now kill feed lights up in his favor, and Hailstorm takes this point back. Hellfire. Ults are kind of even here, but Hellfire maybe could be a little bit ahead depending on how this goes. I say this fight could go either way.
Yeah, definitely. The rally from last fight, just giving armor to everyone, able to keep them up for that entire fight. Just went all Hailstorm there. As the Molten Core comes in from armor right here.
Yeah, and we can look for Mac, who finds an early pick on Artemis, who is low from the Molten Core already. Mac has Shatter now, and he's ready to use it. Let's see if he finds something big. Goes in heavy. Has to get Immortality, but he's looking for that Shatter. He wants it bad. His Immortality is low, but just the space he takes open up a big opportunity that Winsy slips his Diva Bomb into perfectly. Now Mac is fighting for the front of the point. He's going to get flashed down by the enemy McCree, as this point is breaking into an all-out brawl right now. Hellfire, this is their last chance. Hailstorm is at 99. They have to cap, and yet they do. But now a lot of ultimates are in the favor of Hailstorm. This is a scary next fight for Hellfire.
Yeah, and they'll only have the Shatter and the High Noon to answer with here, as opposed to Hailstorm, who has almost 5 ultimates here. That rally, along with the Transcendence and the grab, I think this is going to be Hailstorm's fight to win.
And with Mac getting grouped up in front, the Shatter comes through, doesn't catch much, but it does actually. I think it kind of lets that High Noon find Santamon as Arminor finds another pick. That's exactly what Hellfire needed early on, finding these picks. They're going to force Side to jump off the map and force Hailstorm to take a fight as quickly as possible with their ultimate advantage that they don't have as much of anymore. A beat from Octave could save the team here.
Yeah, what was I saying there? Commentator's curse, as one would call it. Full support from Hailstorm going out there, not really finding value. I think the High Noon there. Isak kills off Artemis. Oh my god, that's not good. 97% here for Hellfire. Overtime triggers down, but the grab comes in. Is it going to be enough?
Beat Octave's beat just going to be just enough to save them from that grab now, as more ult coming through the mirror from Isak. Luzi finds Soundgree. That Brig is going to be down. That's big for this point. That lets your Reinhardt swing a little bit more freely without that Brig in his face, but a mine does find 2 on Hellfire, and Artemis is popping off. He has a 3-kill on the point. Max trying to do something back. He finds 1, and Luzi does find Artemis, and Hellfire just barely by a fingernail gets this map. We're in for a close game here, guys.
That was an incredible map. All three points could have gone either way had one thing changed, really.
When
it
Mac
was what?
played the game as well.
Yeah.
And this is a big Shatter.
Mac has been playing this Rhine a lot more recently. We saw it against WVU and it worked out in favor of Hellfire.
Yeah, I like it. Mac's a very impressive Reinhardt. I think he's been playing great. We're going to go to a quick 3-minute break as we wait for the teams to pick maps. Guys, stick around. This is a very exciting match. I cannot wait to see what we get to cast coming up.
Definitely. Stay tuned for that.
It's not a game that I am playing, my love. Trying to hold my feeling, I don't know what's right. I'll find the best way out that I might. Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways.
All right, I hope you guys got your water, your snacks, because you're going to want to stay in your seats for this one. Although you're going to be on the edge of it the whole time because, frankly, trying to keep up with that match, my throat was dry. I had to get a glass of water. It was a health concern. Everybody was scared, but don't worry, I'm okay. Right now, we're going into an insanely intense second map here, where the first one, Li Zhang, went back and forth. Hellfire ended up taking it, but really just, on the skin off their backs. I mean, that was close.
Absolutely. 3 points. Each one was what, like 100 to 80, 90 something. It was intense.
Insanely close back and forth round. And we're going into another one. I have to expect, although early, I'm seeing huge compositional differences. The team on defense actually running the dive, while on attack, we actually have Hellfire committing to, so far, an interesting comp. It seems to be sort of a brawl. They keep swapping. They're messing with me. They know. They know what I'm trying to do. They know I'm trying to figure out the comp and tell the stream, and they don't want me to do it.
Yeah, man, that's the story of attack.
True. But it looks like they're kind of settling on this Ryan Diva. So it's sort of... Oh, nope. Back to the Zarya. So it's sort of this... it's sort of this brawl comp we're going to see with a Pharah and a Hanzo. So that's going to be kind of exciting. The Hanzo plays in well. You're going to have that grab-dragon combo. Meanwhile, on the side of Hailstorm, you have a really nice combo of, you grab and just echo existing, which is really nice.
Yeah, as well as this double bubble here. On the side of Hellfire, though, they have this farmer seed. While Chris with the nade getting 2, they'll need to be careful there.
Yeah, Matt got anted early, but Aminar finds Vilepris's revenge for that beautiful nade. Vilepris does get res though, so watch out. Those nades can be coming big again if Winzy isn't careful here. They're holding this high ground. It's now going to be a soft dive. Artemis going to back out here. Smart move, just getting some ult charts. He needs that Monk ult to be big, and he's actually keeping up with the enemy Reinhardt so far. He goes on to the Ana. That's some really nice Winston play. Artemis is playing this great as Vilepris goes down to Isak. We do now see Artemis finally finds Luzi on the low ground here, who's running away from him for a while there. Now Artemis rolling into this point, taking down Winzy, who gets antied. That's a big Winston play, but obviously he's being greatly supported by especially his Ana, who's been hitting great nades this entire time.
Definitely, Artemis on this monkey. I haven't really seen Artemis play the monkey before, but pleasant surprise. It's working out for Hailstorm so far. Vilepris as well, supporting him as really well. Build up that nano. Isak as well on Hellfire, also having that nano. Max switches over to this Roadhog. Definitely a comfort pick for the him. Tripping on my words, sorry. Hellfire did get a tick and a half there on point A though. So they did get some progress. So you're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, Artemis has to be happy, especially he doesn't know this necessarily, but he is 30% ahead of the current patch Reinhardt on ult charge, which is pretty impressive. He now has 93 to 60, so you can actually see Winston get the ult first as he finds the Mercy. Here it goes. Winston ult, big monkey on the point, knocking Winzy around on Reinhardt. Dragon comes through in an attempt to split Hailstorm. Doesn't quite work. Hellfire does find Winzy. Artemis pushes him away, and the rest of the team follows up and helps him out. Now Matt could go down. He's antied, and just does so much damage to Roadhog. And when you're antied, it doesn't help. Mac is going to get out. That's going to be ult charge going to Isak. And now we're going to have to see Hellfire. They're staying on this comp. They're going to have to try to find something here. It's going to be hard. This map definitely favors the dive comp.
Yeah. We did see Hailstorm, though, use 5 ultimates in that fight, though. Vilepris goes down to Amin-Rar. I think they will get the res off, though. Yep, they do. He uses that Valk. Lucy gets the kill onto Thanatos. Sungri won't be able to res that. Amin-Rar gets the last kill onto Artemis.
Good slept for it, and as you mentioned, the ult difference coming into this fight is huge for Hellfire. Hailstorm had to use a lot of ultimates to get that last win, and now we're seeing that the result of that is Hellfire is going to cap this point pretty quickly off of really not too many ultimates, just an impressive pick by Luzi, and Aminar following up by taking out Artemis, who seems to be someone you're going to have to get out of the way because he's playing pretty good so far.
Definitely. We see Shiro switching out to this McCree with Santamon 98% to that grab. And looks like Hellfire is going to be pushing up really far here near the checkbox on the second point. I cannot speak.
It's an intense match. I don't blame you.
Hook on Thanatos, gets him out, takes him out of the fight. So I'm gonna go up with the res that as Mac is whole hogging him into that room.
Mac.
2 picks with that whole hog. This man is nuts.
Oh, that's classic Mac. He's been watching 6 since the day he was born. And you're going to see that popping off there with 3 kills with the hog ultimate, and now allowing his team to probably cap here if they're quick enough. It seems like a touch is going to come through from Hailstorm first, though. They do have the mobility to get there now. But, oh, it's late. No, they can't touch. They are going to have to give up. And Thanatos seemed to try to touch. He actually dies as a result of that. Now the rest of Hailstorm follows. 2 picks actually do come through. It's too little too late. Artemis has slept now. He could get staggered really bad if he doesn't get out. Winzy's going to pin him. He's gonna. Oh no, he didn't have pin, I guess, but the fire strike came a little late as Artemis got out of the way, but maybe he's staggering himself harder. Mac actually goes down here, and Artemis lives. What a genius 5-head move Thanatos made to not touch point, so that his team could ahead of time win this fight. Very well planned out. obviously what he intended to do. But clearly the ultimates are in the... Well, no, actually, sorry. Both teams have almost every ultimate. Hailstorm is just slightly ahead by 1 or 2 ultimates now as Echo popping early. Thanatos wants to find something. Has nothing yet. The Hanzo ultimate, the Dragons come through. That's going to be big to split Hellfire in half. Now Winzy is forced to be on point alone with only his Mercy. He's fighting against a nanoed Monkey, and that's not going to be easy. Artemis gets his ultimate again. Lucy, though, finding the enemy Zarya. That's going to be big as a high noon. Comes through from Shiro, who goes down to Winzy, who's nanoed now. Is rolling through this point. Artemis' ult doesn't mean a whole lot anymore. Winzy holding onto the Shatter, and now the ultimates have turned around. Hellfire being more efficient. They're going to go into this fight with ult advantage. Oh, and a big anti, though. That's absolutely gigantic from Hailstorm. The anti on the grab just means that Hellfire gets absolutely deleted there. Wow, what an anti, and what a grab from Santaman. We haven't really talked about too much today. He's been playing great all day long, enabling the rest of his team. Showing up in the kill feed as well. Definitely.
Clutch combo coming in for Hailstorm right as they needed it. Hellfire so close to that last point as Hailstorm switches, makes 3 swaps. The Ball, the Diva, and the McCree as they're coming up on this duplicate, and the Valkyrie. Not getting this hook on the Santamon, but it's not gonna work enough. He dies anyway from that Echo Beam. Devastating.
Ooh. That's Echo for you.
Yep.
Artemis goes. They do. Pete gets an amazing res off here on Mac as Artemis tries to go in and maybe stop it, but he gets a little bit of damage off in the process. Now the ultimates are in favor of Hellfire going into this fight, but that's not to say that that copy couldn't be big. Although if you're Hailstorm, you're most likely looking for a dry fight. That's not the case. Thanatos early copies the Reinhardt, and he's in the back line, pressuring hard. He's anti. He's low. He's going to be getting healed up. He actually does not get the Shatter. Lucy takes down that copy. Now they're pushing this card. Hellfire rolling in here. This could be their point. This is the fight you want to win if you're Hellfire. Hailstorm, I guess they really can't take a dry fight here. This is last point. So now Hellfire rolling into the point with the threat of these ultimates alone is enough. Now once they start pressing them, this point's going to be cleared. That's going to be Hellfire. 58 minutes, so that's certainly a beatable time. However, it's not going to be easy to beat with the way Hellfire just played that.
Absolutely. Those ultimates, they've been coming in clutch a lot here for Hellfire. We saw it on first point, and we saw it on this last point as right there. Hailstorm will definitely need to find an answer here.
That being said, that was a great hold, by the way.
Yeah,
on the point of Hailstorm to 58 seconds. Let's see if they can beat it here. Sorry, go on. As you were saying, Hawkshaw.
While Chris, though, can't ignore those grenades that he was hitting.
Those my gosh.
Coming in clutch so much for Hailstorm there.
Game-defining anti-nades. I really can't say it enough.
Definitely. Big factor to a lot of those holds. And
Hailstorm actually staying on the same comp. You know, I was hoping maybe since we saw the Monkey on defense, we'd get to see it on offense too, but Ball just, you know, by most measures, most people would just rather play the Ball, and I totally understand that. So it is going to be Artemis running the ball right now with his Zarya. He has a Tracer to play with, a McCree who can help take care of when Amrnar is running right now. Him and Pete are going to be up in the skies for sure. That's going to be a dangerous combo you got to look out for.
Definitely. And Hellfire running back on the same comp that they run on the attack, the Reinhog tank duo, and the Pharmacy as well here, actually. We'll see how this goes.
Excited to see Amrnar here on this Pharah. How does he play this? He's going to fire into the enemy backline, gets discorded, backs out a little bit. Now Shiro is running underneath right now. He wants to try to find some flank here. He sees the enemy Ana, but he's just going to tap on the point. That is Shiro on the point right now. Tapping out. Amrnar uses his boost to get away there. As now it's Winzy holding this top right is where most of Hailstorm seems to be going. While the Ball and the Tracer sort of harass the point here. That's Isak actually finding himself in a bad place. Forced the low ground by the Ball. Now has the Tracer on it. But they don't quite get the coordination they need at the right time. And now Artemis has actually slept in the background. Amrnar finds Shiro. Thanatos does find Winzy, who is holding that door. And Thanatos finds yet another pick here. One to Lucy. Thanatos popping off big here. He was subbed in onto this map, I believe. Now finding another pick on Amrnar. This man is going insane. He's taking this point all by himself, Thanatos. slow down, my guy. You're going too fast. I can't keep up now. Oh, he sees this on, and no way. The Paul actually gets credit for it, but man, Thanatos absolutely popped off on that point.
He already has this Deadeye. Thanatos being an absolute threat here on this attack. Just beats Lucy on this in this ultimate battle, but we do see both high noons here. Looks like Pete switches over from the Mercy to the Moira, Amun-Ra to the Torbjorn. Both the portals on the side of Hailstorm coming up, as well as the bomb. Ultimate economy definitely looking good for Hailstorm here. This is definitely their fight to win, as the bomb comes in from Santamon. Doesn't find anything, but it breaks Winzy's shield, and the follow-up is there. Winzy goes down to Shiro with the help of that Discord Orb, and Santamon holding his high ground, pressuring everyone away. Thanatos with the zoning high noon.
Yeah, and that did really force the enemy team back off of where they were playing, and now off of that, he's kind of taking a strong flank where he has a lot low. The Pulse Bomb finds Amun-Ra up in the air. Now a lot of people are low, but this fight could go either way still. Artemis goes through with the mines behind. Now Hellfire has no choice but to push into this fight. Artemis is behind them, finds Lucy now. The mines aren't getting anything, but they are zoning the enemy team into this point. They don't let them back up. Mac now finding a pick he needed. That's going to be huge to try to force this point back in his favor. Winzy, his main tank, is very low, and he can't hold on. Mac goes down as well, and with that falls the rest of Hellfire. Hailstorm is now ahead by a lot of time here. If Hailstorm, or if Hellfire, sorry, doesn't do something quickly, they can find themselves down on time bank big here.
Definitely. That was a very chaotic fight in the streets phase there. Definitely, Hailstorm definitely being the initiators there. Hailstorm's ultimates coming in at like a tag team, if you will. Still both the portals on the side of Hailstorm. There's one of them.
Already Valkyrie, yeah, as you said, using that Transcendence right now to help his team out. High noon in the backline though. A couple people peeking it, and they're low. Doesn't find anything, gets a little bit of damage on for Lucio, but he gets to stay alive. Lucy does team mech, and that's going to be big. Santamon needs that mech back. Hellfire finding 2 picks now. This could start to stall out just a little bit. The ultimates right now are in favor of Hellfire. If they rotate this well, they can still hold on to a time bank here. They just are going to have to make what would be a very impressive hold.
Yeah, ultimates from Hailstorm as the portals didn't look to pay off, really. Winzy with the Shatter helped 4-3 Hellfire stabilize and helped the Amun-Ra build that Molten Core, as well as the 2 supportals on the side of 4-3 Hellfire this time. We'll see if they're able to make use with them, as opposed to what unfortunately happened to Sungri and Wildcris with theirs. We do see the Molten Core coming out from Amun-Ra, but Santamon, both tankles actually. Santamon finds both DPS with that Zemo Bomb. Isak with the beat. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough here. Pete using the Coalescence just to sort of laser down Santamon, but it's not enough. Still in his mech. Both tanks here pushing up for Hellfire, and they take down Thanatos. Artemis just on this point. Zero goes down as well to Winzy, and Hailstorm just has to back out. Hellfire once again stabilizing right as they need it, and Mac has this grab and Lucy with this high noon.
Yeah, I really didn't think Hellfire was going to be able to stabilize there. Some clutch picks right at the end from Winzy turned the tides. It was turning even before that as picks started to come through for Hellfire. Now the ultimates are again in their favor here. Not necessarily now that trans will be big and countering a lot of that. So for Hellfire here, your ultimates aren't going to be enough to win this fight. You're going to have some sort of follow-up. You can't force out that Transcendence now. Coming into this fight, Winzy's battling on the cart, just trying to get some swing damage in. As the grab comes through early, it forces out the Transcendence from Valkyrie, but now High Noon comes through from both teams. It's going to be a duel in the middle of the map as Thanatos wins. His draw is just a little bit faster. That's as close to the Wild West as it gets, my guys. As now we go in. Hailstorm is going to keep pushing this point off that pick. Hellfire is trying to regroup. Now Artemis puts down his mines in a good spot, splitting Hailstorm, forcing them to try to come through. Lucy goes down to Shiro now. Hailstorm making an impressive push here. Both tanks are low for them, though, as Artemis is low. Has to back out into heal Shiro, however. Finding picks in the meantime, Santamon is going in and brawling with Mac, who's high charge. Artemis has to come out, however, this point is pushing. Thanatos finds Amun-Ra, but on the point, his ultimate is going to be enough. to find a kill, and Hellfire, actually, who are down here, are using these respawn timers to come back one time and hold on to this point. They could maybe hold on to a time bank here with the way it's looking right now, how they're stalling these fights out, and the way the ultimates are looking at this.
Yeah, the spawn advantage being a crucial factor to that last fight win, as well as, again, using those ultimates just to stabilize. That's an unfortunate pick though, but I don't think it'll matter too much. Isak can come back fast. But Hailstorm is looking to be faster here as they're trying to gain point presence here. Mac with the, or Winzy, sorry, with the Shatter, going to be denied by Valkyrie's Transcendence. As the Dragon Strike comes out, 3 ultimates, just ultimates everywhere coming out from Hailstorm. Isak with the beat, keeping everyone alive. And Lucy takes down Valkyris and Sangri, both supports down for Hailstorm. And Hellfire's gonna have the greater time bank here.
Yeah, despite the massive early advantage, Hellfire has turned this around and now guaranteed a time bank, and they could even look to take the map. There is a lot still left to do here, though. Hailstorm could win this. They probably want to try to take a dry fight. They're down a lot of ultimates here. They could build some of their own up in the meantime. Coming in on this competition, they might have just enough time to take another fight if they're quick here. Let's see if they can get to the point.
Yeah, that's the grab, the Coalescence, and the Deadeye on the side of 4-3 Hellfire that they have to get through. Sangri Valks the team in early here. We'll see if Mac is probably looking for this grab here. Pete coming in with that Coalescence as well. Hellfire just staying back. They know they don't have to be. They know they don't have to be too aggressive. They can just chill out a little bit. Mac is anti though. He'll have to wait that out.
Yeah, they let the Coalescence fade, which is smart. Now Grab comes through and finds both of the supports. Max finds the picks. Does clean up the kills on his own Grab, and now Thanatos finds the pick. Hellfire has managed to turn this around. I'm amazed. I really thought with the time bank going in, Hailstorm had maybe even this map unlocked, but now it's completely the other way around. Hellfire is going up 2-0 in what has still been a very close back and forth match.
Victory.
Those were absolutely clutch fights from 4-1-3 Hellfire. I thought for sure it definitely looked so many times like Hailstorm was just going to be making a lot more progress than they in reality did, but which is unfortunate for them. Definitely looked good for them. Hellfire though managed to play it smart, and they take this map, and they're up 2-0 in the series over Hailstorm.
And we're going to go to a 3-minute intermission as the teams pick maps. Stay tuned, everybody. This is an exciting match. However, Hellfire is up 2-0. These maps have been insanely close and so back and forth. This could be a reverse sweep. Maybe we could see the first one here. I don't think we've seen one of those yet. So stay tuned. 3 minutes. Teams are picking maps. Don't miss out.
Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. To fight with all the things that's going on, I lost track. I felt so strong. I got you on my mind, but something's been done wrong. Sometimes I've been thinking of what to make.
All right, everybody, welcome back as we continue with the OCS Cup semifinals. It's been an exciting match so far. While Hellfire is up 2-0, so far the percentages have been back and forth. This could still go either way. If there was ever going to be a reverse sweep, right now is where we would see it. What do you think we're going to see compositionally going into Temple of Anubis, Hawkshaw?
I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. On the defense, you can do anything really, or most things. Usually with attack, you'll usually see like from what I am familiar with, you'll usually see like maybe Monkey Zarya, maybe Ball Zarya. Those are comps that have tended to be played recently. But you never know. We do see Hailstorm on the defense with this Ball Zarya with the double hit scan and the Mercy's End. That looks to be, that's a devastating combination. The 2 damage boosts from the supports. with those hit scans can be
Ooh.
devastating.
Yeah, that can be huge, and as you pointed out, the ball Zarya, pretty common. We also see ball hog. Yeah, I think Temple of Anubis is certainly a ball map, as a lot of maps are right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. On defense, you can see a lot of different things right now. Ball Zarya coming out from Hailstorm. They're gonna have this Ashe Mercy up on the high ground. Something to look out for. This could be a big difference if they can slow down Amenrar and Pete. We're playing this Pharah Mercy combo here. Isak, though, having a great game all day long on the Mora here, which is actually something I didn't really expect to see, honestly. Kind of a curious choice. I'm interested to see how he sort of plays into his team. Right now, he's sort of playing with Mac, and this is interesting. This seems to be playing into their team strengths. Mac, obviously a great Hog player, just kind of has a Moira pocketing him right now. It's pretty nice, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you said, Isak, I didn't expect him on this Moira. We usually see him on the Baptiste or the Ana. We do see picks being traded between these two teams, though. The Pharmacy's still staying up, and Lucy gets the kill onto Chris.
Yeah, now it's Lucy on the Tracer popping off, finding the enemy Zen, as slowly Hellfire seems to have turned this in their favor now. Amenrar finding that Ashe finally. It was Amenar's biggest threat that whole time. Now Lucy going in and just clipping down that Zenyatta, as Tracer does so well. As I said before, I love watching these Tracers play. And here's another great one. Shiro now going onto the Tracer, so surely there's going to be a beautiful Tracer duel that we get to watch go back and forth today.
Yeah, and we see Hellfire, they take this first point with a comfortable 5.5 minutes left. And they have almost 5 ultimates here coming up. Zai with this Bob, though. Hailstorm coming up on a few ultimates as well. They're just a little bit behind. Maybe Hellfire can take a fight here if they just ult first, as they do.
That's Lucy on the Tracer, finding the pulse bomb with Valkyrie there. Absolutely huge. Now Mac follows it up with 2 picks of his own, as 1 pick did come through. That could be just enough. Valkyrie gets rezzed. We know how these defensive spawns can be on Temple of Anubis if Hellfire isn't quick here. Hailstorm still has a chance. That's Isak coming through big with a pick as Artemis finds 2, though, and that could, again, be just enough with the way these timers are. We saw this happen to Hailstorm on Jumpenny, and now we're going to see it happen in reverse to Hellfire. One Temple of Anubis. Good hold here by Hellfire. Or by Hailstorm, sorry.
Very unfortunate. Hellfire using so many ultimates, and they don't even get a tick off this point. That's a minute off the clock for them. They still do have 4.5 minutes left, and this minefield coming up here. Valkyrie probably could deny this with the Transcendence here, as they look to just be poking in here.
Yeah, Transcendence from Valkyrie is going to be huge here. Let's see how it plays into this fight, as Army Llama is on his way, has the mines now. Coming into the left side of the point now, rolling into Shiro, who actually gets hooked. Has to recall back, stays alive for now, but he has no recall. That's going to give Lucy a big advantage in this Tracer duel. Now Army Llama looking for these mines, but Mac finds 2. Shiro and Chris go down, and that's absolutely huge. He gets antsy, but it's not going to be enough to save Hailstorm from this absolute wrecking ball. That's not actually playing wrecking ball. Mac on the Roadhog coming through in this point. Really impressively for his team. Hailstorm gonna get a last second. No, they don't touch. Tried to get a last second touch, and they had ultimates, man. That's really unfortunate to not get that touch there.
I think he got slightly blocked by some of the members of Hellfire.
Yeah,
if he had just been a bit faster, he would have gotten that touch this round, and it probably would have gone differently with the respawns, that are oh so crucial on the defender's side on Anubis here. But that's going to give 4-3 Hellfire 3 minutes and 43 seconds here.
Yeah,
Hailstorm is
and
going to have to come up with an answer.
That's really big, and right now, Hailstorm, their backs are up against the wall. They're in the corner. 3 minutes and 49 seconds, a pretty nice time bang for Temple of Anubis if you're Hellfire, but Hailstorm can still do this. They got to pull something out, and right now, it's Monkey. It's a beautiful, heartfelt story. Right now, they are currently, 30 seconds to change anything. They are on this Monkey. They're coming back to the Monkey. They're rejecting the current ball meta. Everyone telling Artemis he has to play ball. He's rejecting society. He's embracing Monkey. Let's see if Artemis and the rest of his team here can bring this back. Time bank's not in their favor, but it's still winnable. Let's see what they can do right now.
Yeah, they'll have to go up against the same composition that Hellfire ran on their attack. The ball hog, and This looks like just an absolute chaos composition for 4-3 Hellfire, and that's playing to their strengths here. Look very good on this attack. We'll see if they can replicate it on this defense, or if Hailstorm will be able to figure out an answer here.
Chaos comp is a great way to put it. Max Hook does miss early on as Artemis is making a little soft out here, but he's going to back up now. Getting that ult charge is going to be big for him, though. He's trying to get some group lead as much as he can right now. Santamon is going to take a little bit of charge for himself. Isak just playing in the backline here on the Mortis, keeping that Mac alive. Mac has to back off the high ground. They don't really mind giving it up, though. Army Llama's sleeping. Oh no, he's low and he's dead. Soundgrief finds a big pick on Army Llama, but Aminor finds a pick right back just in time. They needed that, or else this was about to roll badly in their favor. Now looking at an even fight. Respawn is slightly in advantage of Hailstorm. That could be big.
Yeah, the Wrecking Ball though can come back fast here, so I don't think it'll be too much of an issue for 4-3 Hellfire.
Character mobility beating out the respawn timer. How could I have forgotten as a big high noon comes through from Zai. It's going to zone out the entire enemy team off of the point. Doesn't get anything, but they do have to just give up a lot of space. Space that's easily taken back by this KF comp, but there's Artemis finding that early pick. The monkey coming through huge, as I prayed and hoped all night that it would. Zai finds another pick now. He does get the rest, though. Isak is back in this fight. He's got an angry coalescence to go. Artemis, though, is also angry. Big monkey coming onto the point. Doesn't want Lucy, who's found 2 picks onto his support line, to be able to win this fight, but it's going to be hard. Artemis has to do something here. Doesn't find anything. As Lucy slowly tears through the enemy team. Big picks from Lucy. So now carrying through into the end of this fight. Lucy, big plays there.
Yeah, Lucy coming in with how many picks was that? What, like 3, 4?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the coalescence also from Isak.
Isak is,
Hellfire.
he's had these ultimates online all day long. No matter who he's playing, it's ready and it's coordinated with the rest of his team. This guy is enabling his team absolutely shockingly well.
Definitely.
And through the rest of this tournament as well. Now the Far Mercy combo does get low, but that's not too bad for them as they're able to back up around the corner. Now again, Isak keeping Mac alive. This is really interesting as a support player. It's really nice to be able to enable one of your players, especially on a comfort pick like this. And when it works well, you want to keep it going. Right now we're seeing that they're going to back off the point, give up space. They don't mind that too much as the high noon comes through from Zai. You're going to have to back off this point here. The high noon still active, now gone as the grab comes through from Santamon Aminar, though, finding a big pick onto Zai right when he needed it. Now the mines are on the point, and so is Aminar's barrage. Finding Biocris down, and now Hellfire holding on to the point pretty well here. Hailstorm's going to have to find something to break through this pretty staunch defense.
Yeah, the grab from Santamon, bit unfortunate. It looked like it was going to catch Mac, but he just made it around the corner. It was very risky of Mac to peek that Deadeye from Zai, but unfortunately didn't find anything. As the pulse bomb comes in from Lucy, but it doesn't find anything.
Oh, Artemis missed his dive out, and now he's won, but he's just getting staggered by Aminar. Oh no, he's gonna live. He's gonna live. Wait a minute. Aminar just spared Artemis somehow. I don't know if that was intentional, but now Aminar is looking for him again. Artemis just trying to get back to his team and attack this point. Only 30 seconds left. Can he do it? That's Shiro with the pulse bomb ready. Now Lucy's down. Army Llama finds the Widowmaker. That's going to be big. Those sight lines are now gone. Transcendence is here as Army Llama is slept yet again by Biocris, making yet another stunning play. That sleep. It's going to be huge if they can get this fight. Big nade and big nano on Artemis, who finds Pete, and another Isak goes down to this nanoed monkey. Gonna capture the point with his team right now. Aside from a few stall characters, just making this take a little longer. Army Llama finds a big pick on the Soundgate. This could not be over. Right now, Artemis is on Mac, and he gets him down with a big jump. Lucy now finding out the point, just trying to stall it out a little bit. He did find a pick earlier. Now at this point, it's going to be capped by Hailstorm, but it looks like the time bank is still going to be to Hellfire as more stall comes through. Artemis actually has to use his ultimate, and picks are coming through for Hellfire.
Mines! Army Llama used those mines, and he died before he could go off.
Mac got a pick, and Isak's still there. This stall was huge. They get him into overtime now. So the time bank difference is huge here for Hellfire. Hailstorm is still backed up in this corner, but as I said before, still not quite over. This is still winnable. They can still do this, and with their hearts on their sleeves, they're going for it.
Yep. definitely a scary moment for Hailstorm there. But they just managed to get that point A cap in. Songri finds Lucy, but...
Big pick from Soundgreen early, yes, on to Lucy, who goes down the Diva Bomb coming through on the point. Doesn't get anything but zones a little bit. Now Isak backing up with his Mac here. He's trying to keep his Roadhog alive. He does that well. Mac popping off with an ultimate there as Isak was able to let him push up there. Lucy finds a pick, and that's what Hellfire needs to stabilize this. Hailstorm was making a momentous push, but it gets shut down pretty quickly by Hellfire, who want to try to hold on to their time bank even more.
Yeah.
A little greedy, but, you know, I understand.
Yeah. Hailstorm down to 2 minutes here. They do have the supportals here. Artemis switches onto this Roadhog. Looks like they're keeping the Diva. Bit of an interesting, kind of unorthodox tank composition here. But it could work, you never know. Both DPS ults and Coalescence on the side of 4-3 Hellfire. That Coalescence will just be able to sustain everyone. Won't even need it though if Army Llama gets those early picks though. That's Hungry going down to the ball in the back, causing so much pressure in the back.
And as you pointed out, those ults are going to be big because now Hellfire is able to just hold on to their ult advantage as Mac finds 2 picks here. That's going to be big. The longer they can hold on to these ultimates, the more they can guarantee more time banks melts away from Hailstorm.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge for them. And now we see Army Llama. Now he has that minefield built up. The barrage was invested, but I don't think it'll matter too much. Mark can build those quickly. And Mac almost at this whole hog as well. Still the supportals and the pulse bomb coming online as well for the side of Hailstorm. This is going to be a close fight, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be close. Both ultimates, both teams having many ultimates on the way right now. Soundgreen with that trans could cancel a lot of the enemy teams, but a big eat. Santamon somehow finds that pulse bomb, trying to sneak through his team and eats it. Now Army Llama has these mines that he can use to hold out the enemy team. They're coming through the choke right now, and he's slamming in harm. There goes the mines. As the hook comes out from Artemis, isn't able to catch Isak, who's dodging with that Coalescence, but it's almost always online. Mac goes down to Artemis now, who behind Noon coming through from his eye actually gets shut down big by Armor, but it's just not going to be enough. Hellfire, they could still lose this with the respawn timer, but they look like they might be able to actually cap this and hold on to just hope. Hope and nothing more and nothing less, except for this touch coming through from Armor that gets shut down. There, no, not yet, not yet. Not yet. There's the cap. Hailstorm able to hold on to some hope here.
Yeah, they barely clutch it out. That's what, a minute for them? Yeah.
Yeah, they get a minute after the overtime.
4:43 for 4-1-3 Hellfire.
Initiating match.
It's either if you're side of Hailstorm, it's either you go all the way or it's over. From what I see.
Yeah, you have to win it all out from here, so you got to start off hot. Comp they're going to go on could decide a lot. Not sure what they're going to pick early.
Definitely. I'm not sure how it's going to go for Hailstorm here, considering it took them up until overtime to cap just point A, and then overtime to cap point B again. This comp working really well for 4-3 Hellfire. Even if they did lose both points, they still have such a big time bank advantage here. And I think that's going to play a big part into 4-3 Hellfire. And they could end up taking the map off of it, but you never know. We'll see what happens here.
And Hailstorm swapping off the comp they were on earlier, which, you know, could be good because certainly it struggled, but you know, it's also a little concerning because maybe if you had your plan, you're running something that maybe you don't usually run here. But I think you have to switch. I think you have to go for something big. Like you said, it's either go big or go home. And Hailstorm, they want to go big.
We see the Ryan Diva here. They're looking to take the top left here, but Mac gets the kill on the Shiro. That's going to be bad. Hailstorm in big trouble right now. 20 seconds gone already.
It's an absolutely heart-wrenching hook. Mac just takes Shiro out, and those seconds are going to just tick by as the hook comes through Artemis. He tried to pin on the high ground, and Mac brought him down to low ground. That was a really nice hook. As the snipe comes through, Isak's down. That's a big part of Hellfire. He holds them together like glue as the picks start to come through. Isak died early, and now the picks will follow with the main healer down. Just goes to show you how valuable Isak is to this team.
Absolutely, and it's kind of stall time here for Hellfire, but it doesn't matter. Hailstorm has 30 seconds to cap this point V, get as much progress as they can. Max switching onto this Reinhardt. Amenmar on the Junkrat. Isak also to the Baptiste. That could definitely be what Hellfire needs here. Immortality field can sustain them so well. The Diva Bomb coming out from Sentimon. It only gets the Immortality field. That's what they needed. Vile Chris.
Big picks coming through the steamroll. Oh my god, they're steamrolling the point. Hailstorm swapping off to this brawl comp with the Diva. Absolutely steamroll, though Lucy does find the pick. 1-Z, that's kind of what you need here. You could really stall this out if you try. The beat! The beat! Oh, the beat! And the mines and the pin from Artemis is going to kill him. He doesn't get to use his shatter and a big beat, but it's not enough. Hellfire, after giving up a tick, notably, is going to be able to hold this. So now, Hellfire, they have a big time bank, but they still have to get a second point tick. And with the way that looked, I'd be scared. There's momentum on Hailstorm's side right now.
Yeah, we saw how they went in to both of those points. Absolutely guns blazing, just all in, and it helped them take that first point and the first tick on the second point. Hellfire, again, they have almost 5 minutes. We'll see if they can end up replicating that. If they do, they take this map and it's over.
Yeah, Hellfire's certainly going to go with something that, probably they're going to have some sort of ult combo here that maybe wins a big fight, but no, they're going to go with their current comp. Actually, it's been working well. Why would they swap this ball hog torture that has just really been a struggle for Hailstorm, although maybe they figured it out. That attack was really aggressive and really fast. This could be big for Hailstorm. They have momentum in their favor, so let's see if they can stomp this absolutely chaotic composition that we've seen coming out from Hellfire.
Yeah, it looks like Hailstorm is going to play the same thing, except they'll throw a Junkrat into the mix. And Hellfire, again, like you said, running the same thing. We'll see if it works out how it did on their first attack. But with the composition change from Hailstorm, it could go differently.
It could certainly now. The Diva, a big part of this composition, able to eat a lot of that damage from Amenrar and actually pressure him out of the skies as well, along with your McCree. So Hailstorm has put some thought into this comp, and now Artemis is moved off the high ground. This is a scary place for your Reinhardt to be in. You're going to have to drop your Diva to help Mac hooks him, but Artemis is looking to pin Mac here, who has to back out. He wants Mac dead. Can he do it? Mac goes down, no pin needed. Artemis uses his hammer and team to take Mac down. Good pick there, really just plays it slow and gets Mac down as Luzi finds a pick on a Shiro. These teams are even right now. The spawns are certainly in favor. Mac is already back. Shiro has to make his way back quickly. Gonna be back maybe a little faster than the Roadhog, but the Roadhog doesn't have as far to walk. He's now approaching Mac on his way. Shiro isn't there quite yet, but he's getting there as Zai finds a pick that he needed. Now they're up one. With Shiro just now getting back, Zai finds a big pick onto Luzi. Now, Hellfire might actually have to roll out and, take some time to reconsider this here, whereas Hailstorm rolled the point for his try, so momentum certainly being built up in Hailstorm's favor.
Definitely. That first pick that went out to Mac as he goes down again to Santamon. I just want to point out, that was great support from Artemis's team, just helping him out get that pick. Notably Amenrar uses that barrage, but it doesn't find anything. And that's a bit unlucky. We do see a composition switch on the side of Hellfire. Tantalon goes down though.
Luzi finds an early pick here, although the ults are in favor of Hailstorm, so he certainly needed that. The shatter comes through big for Artemis. Mac goes down onto the ground. And hopefully you don't have to use too many ultimates. Hailstorm only has to use 2 there to be able to defend that. Now the ultimate's still in their favor going into the next fight.
Yeah, this is
Luzi though, he's absolutely destroyed. He's slowly just picking them off one by one, and 2 more come through. Luzi, this guy is insane. 2 big picks could slowly just make this team bleed out. But now a big pick on the Artemis. The bomb is coming up from Santamon. It's going to be big. It catches 2. Wow, some clutch plays. Both Ryan's put at the same time, and Mac finds the kill. now this point is scrappy. 2 for 1, 3 for the other, but now Shiro finds 2 picks. Big clutch there for Shiro and the rest of Hailstorm. Point with the ult advantage still.
Yeah, I thought it would maybe make an opening for Hellfire, losing with those initial picks, but unfortunately for Hellfire, it didn't. He's still staying on this Widow. Maybe he can make something work here. And
Santamon
again,
Diva duel on the high ground here. Santamon backs out now as the Tracer. That's Shiro poking on the enemy team, but he's low. Almenrar finds Shiro in the backline, just getting a little too aggressive as Luzi finds another pick. This could be the fight. The high noon from Z, though, could be big. He's going to be zoning out the enemy team at the very least. Now a tire coming through for Hellfire, although a big shatter actually gets Isak on the ground and destroys the tire. What a big brain shatter from Artemis, who's trying to catch Mac's head. He's going to go down himself now. Hailstorm could still hold this, but it's not going to look too good. Soundgreed does find a pick, but Hellfire finally manages to tap out. However, I think they actually, they do have more time. They still, after all that time bank, are probably going to have a little bit more time than Hailstorm had going into the second point. But a big bomb coming through from Army Llama. Maybe he didn't need to use it there. Just trying to get his team to cap this point in time, but that bomb unfortunately kind of goes to waste now. Shiro does go down, and they're finally going to be able to cap this with Artemis finally touching one last time for a valiant effort to just get a little bit of time for his team.
Objective loss.
yeah, those stalls definitely
Defense point. Objective
definitely making a difference here for Hailstorm. Running down that time bank, even if you're just going in and dying, it just helps to stall out that time. Hellfire has a minute left here. Yeah, and Pete investing that Valk. Isak with the Coalescence. Artemis goes down to Lucy. Sangre with the sound barrier. Is it going to be enough?
And a big pulse bomb on the Army Llama, but he's saved just enough by Isak, keeping him up to health. Hellfire needs to get this now. You don't want to lose this big bomb. Comes through from Santamon, and a big pick from Soundgre. Hope is alive. Soundgre finds 2 picks on the Lucio. This man's insane. Now the time bank is down. Hailstorm could turn it around here. Big tires are going to be coming through next fight, but Hellfire has to recoup and get a touch going in time.
Yeah, Sangre is fragging on this Lucio, putting Hellfire in, just shaking in their shoes right now. The res,
and Soundgre just swapped off to Bap. He's going to be a second lane coming back, but he's going to be there now as the duel takes place. The Ryans are swinging on point. Z popping another high noon, but Lucy finds him. No high noon. That's a vanilla pick. 1v1 Hellfire coming through big with another pick. Hellfire letting it get close, but finding picks when it matters the most. And now Hailstorm desperately trying to stall this out. Can they do it? A big coalescence from Isak is going to make that very hard to do. Now Hellfire rolling onto this point. A May and a ball, though. They're going to stall this out for as long as they possibly can. Luzi has high noon. Army Llama has bomb, and they just can't do it. Hellfire's going to take this game. They're moving on to the... I don't know. The winners finals? Or is that? Yeah, that should be how this works,
let me
right?
take a look.
Yeah,
Grand finals.
Let me watch my mouth. Yeah, they move on to the grand finals. Wow, what a great game, back and forth. Almenrar catching play of the game here, and I gotta say, there's a lot of candidates for MVP here. But a lot of candidates. Both teams had a lot of great, stunning plays. This game could have really gone either way. I mean, despite it being a 3-0, each map was so insanely close that I truly believe that could have gone either way. But Isak, Coalescences were online all day. Everything, all day long, keeping his team alive. And really just... he's been the glue for a lot through these playoffs. Especially, Moira, I thought was a really interesting pick there. And I think it just shows the amount of time and effort Hellfire's put into understanding their team and their players and just doing the right thing for themselves. Isak, really great game. He's personally my candidate, but Hawkshaw, I'm going to go to you. Who do you think deserves this MVP?
It's definitely a close one, man.
Oh, I know. It's so close. I mean, Matt, everybody, it was such a great game from everybody, truly.
Yeah. I think, honestly, it's got to be Isak.
Isak really just... Isak just, again, really gluing this team together, enabling Mac, who, a lot of people really liked Mac here in this game. I would argue that Mac's success was... I'd argue that Mac's success was due to what Isak was doing, especially playing a pocket Moira for the Roadhog. That's really unique to me. I haven't seen that. And I think for that, Isak should win MVP.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll see if we can get him in here real quick for an interview. Sorry. Let's see.
Okay. Glad Hellfire. Hellfire, I think, was about to protest if we didn't pick their MVP, but I think they're okay with our pick.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get him in here real quick.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I gotta ask about that Moira. That was really interesting. I don't know where they saw that, but I think it worked really well having it. And here he is. Here's the man himself, Isak. How was it? First thing I want to ask. So going into Temple of Anubis, right? I saw a Roadhog, I saw a Ball, and I saw a Moira, and I was confused, but it worked like really well for you guys. What was your guys' what made you guys go into the map with that composition, and why do you think it worked so well?
That was a new comp that we just recently made where hold on, sorry, I'm a little nervous.
I mean, that was a great game, and it was so back and forth. Even though it was a 3-0, I mean, it was insanely close the whole way through, percentage-wise and point-wise.
For sure, but that comp, it was kind of just all about enabling the Roadhog there.
That's what we thought, and it worked. I mean, Mac was in the kill feed all day long, and I think it's really cool that you guys spent that time and really, enabled your players and found what your team does best. And you obviously, Mac, that Roadhog's a big comfort pick, and you guys just let him pop off and play to enable him. It was really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
really big part of our team, part of why we won that.
Definitely. And you guys have been consistent parts of Hellfire winning these games throughout the OCS, and now you're moving on to, let me see, the grand finals. How are you guys feeling about that?
Yo, we're hyped, as anyone would be.
Yeah, very exciting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys have absolutely earned it, playing great through the tournament, and the competition's been rough. It hasn't been easy, so congratulations to you guys. You've certainly earned it.
Thank you.
It's going to be a big game coming up. Excited to see you guys play.
Definitely.
Excited to be there.
We'd like to thank everybody who came out and watched tonight. We had a great match. Thank you guys so much. Just want to throw out there that 300 followers, we're going to be doing a $30 Blizzard Balance giveaway, so make sure you follow so you can get notified and be here when we're streaming again. And make sure you check out these other matches. On Sunday, tomorrow, I believe we have a losers bracket semifinals match, and then we're going to should be casting the grand finals match. So make sure you guys follow so that you don't miss out on those exciting matches, guys.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you guys very much for coming out. Have a great night. Bye.
See ya.
Oh my god.
Trust me,